Third day of balls. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
A little slow on that one, but
Eat shit.
welcome to the third day of balls. Check the first two in the same feed, and let's get moving. All right.
12 days of balls.
Yeah, we already said that, Meph. So do something useful
Fuck you.
or not. Who cares? I don't care. What I do care about is our next guest. Continuing through the scrotum of 12 balls, let's get right to it and welcome our next guest. Ready?
Suck my sack.
I think that's robot for I'm ready.
On the third day of balls, pinball gave to me. Joel from Triple Drain, one half of Meth, and the shoeman Zach Benning.
Merry Christmas, Joel. Thanks for joining. I think this is the third day of balls.
Sure. Yeah. I bet the first two were so great.
Yes.
Yep.
You may or may not have listened to them. We'll just say you did. And you loved them.
As of right now, I sure haven't. But
Yeah.
but future me will love them. Yes.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're doing 12 days of balls, and I'm just getting guests on that I've either had before, I like, or what. You fall into multiple categories. Someone in pinball I like, someone I've had on the podcast before, one of my favorite pinball media column personalities, if that's weird or not. You're one of my faves, man. Thanks for coming on.
I really appreciate that. No, I got the text from you. You said you want to do. It's like I don't even have to read it. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm in. Whatever you need. I know it'll be a fun time. Yeah, I'm there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, any big plans we'll see if you're day 3. So any big plans in 9 days, wink, wink?
Oh, 9 days. Wink, wink. Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, we got family, a lot of family Christmas. Luckily, family's in town. Like relatively close. So I don't know how you talk past tense, but we would have already had my family's Christmas, and then we have my wife's family Christmas, and then our own. It'll be great. And when you have little kids, a 3 and a 5-year-old, they're just like, this is the best time of year for them, and they're just loving life. So it's pretty great.
And in this family get together that you previously had, how many golf carts were involved? Roughly.
None. Just because I have a golf cart doesn't mean it gets driven all year round. Things get cold in Indiana. Yeah,
it's true. Well,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, that's how I like to picture your life. So let me have that, please.
you can
So
have it.
let's say I edited it and Joel said four golf carts. That's interesting. Wow, that's a lot of golf carts.
Yeah, none of my family actually drives a car anymore. It's just golf cart all the time. And that's just how we roll.
Man, isn't life wonderful? Yeah.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah.
Well, since we've gotten to know your balls in the past, we as in the audience and myself, this was a long time ago. I don't remember. You're on the Pinball Party, I think, when I was still on TPN back in the 80s or whatever that was. So we're gonna ask you some more questions in Pinball Party fashion. Rarely is this to do with pinball, but surprisingly, this first one is. So let's get to it. Third day of balls with Joel Engelberth. Go check out Just Another. Do you even do Just Another?
No. Realistically, now I was doing too many things, and so to focus, I do Triple Drain with Tom and Travis. Have a great time there, and then I do the Flippin' Out stream, and then on the Flippin' Out YouTube channel, and then I also sometimes do one-on-one interviews. And we just post that on YouTube. It's just way easier for people to find interviews after the fact on YouTube than we found on SoundCloud or whatever. So if I'm going to do a one-on-one interview with somebody in the industry, I'd prefer to just keep it on YouTube. That way people can find it, months and months or years later. And so basically just Flipping Out on YouTube and Triple Drain on the Pinball Network.
And speaking of Tom, Travis, I wanted to have all 3 of you on. I was telling Joel before we went on air here. I just thought, fuck, that's going to be hard to get all 3 people on at once. But honestly, in spirit, you're here. So Joel is speaking on behalf of both Tom and Travis. One of my favorite.
Well, Travis's audio would cut out in about 30 seconds. So
so it's
basically the same. Yeah.
And Tom isn't really going to talk. So.
Oh, that you said 30 minute, you're shooting for her. You would have pushed 2 hours easy with Tom.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's true. All right. So end of the year, what has been your favorite pinball thing this year? Whether it's a game, a tournament,
my favorite pinball thing, honestly, is probably my brother now streaming with me. That
I can
was,
see that.
yeah, that was a complete surprise. He moved in, or not moved in. He moved down here last year from far away, and he's never been a pinball person. But at the time, he had accepted a new job, but his family hadn't moved down, so he was actually living with my parents for a few months. And just as an offering of like, hey, I know you don't want to hang out with our folks every night, so like, hey, you should come stream with us or stream with me. And he's really, having him a part of that has been really a ton of fun. So not only do I think it adds something to the stream, but obviously hanging out with him is really cool, or having like a dedicated scheduled event, with your brother once a week is a ton of fun. And then Pinball Expo in Chicago Pinball Expo, having people, my brother Jared came for a day and have people
he did.
yeah, he came on Saturday, and to like have people come up to him and we're like excited to see him. And like,
I bet that felt good.
it was really cool. It was really cool to see, like, he just thinks it's so strange, just a person streaming in their basement. Like, why would anybody watch this? But then to actually be a part of it, see the fun of streaming and see the fun and the amazing people in the pinball community, and then to actually physically interact with them at Expo. And it was a blast. So I would say, yeah, probably overall just having my brother involved.
Yeah, man, I'm jelly. One, I don't have a brother, but if I did, I might want to play pinball. I have a sister. She doesn't live close enough to play pinball, but I can see it, man. Like, I mean, seeing you two, it's cool. Not to be corny, but like kind of the brotherly love, it shows, and I think it's awesome. All right, this is a very similar question, but do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens? Geez, apparently we're supposed to now with some of the government stuff that's going on. Like, there was a few days where I started diving into that, and I'm like, what is going on? And there, I just get to some of those questions where I'm like, is this really what I want to get locked into right now or think about? So I think my answer is still, I'll pull a Travis Murray and I'll just sit on the fence and I'll go, I have no idea. I have no idea. I do believe the galaxy is really freaking big. So statistically, there's got to be. But yeah, this government stuff coming out, it's like, oh yeah, no, we've done that. It's like, oh, okay, well, apparently it's real. So
right.
I don't know.
I'm waiting for one of these balls of Christmas. Someone's like, oh yeah, and then they tell me like, oh yeah, I got anally probed and all that.
No,
I
definitely saw one.
Whoa.
Yeah. What's weird to me is, now a lot of these tougher questions, it's like, how do I explain this to my kids? So honestly, I don't want my 5-year-old to be like, Daddy, is there aliens? Because I don't know the right answer for that. Because if I say yes, I don't want her to freak out about it. But if I say no, I don't, it's all of a sudden some of these tougher life questions are like, how do I filter it down to a 5-year-old? And
Santa is an alien. Yes, Easter Bunny, we've
had a lot of Santa questions recently. A lot of them.
How old is your
5.5 and 3.5? So,
okay.
Like, why is he living in the North Pole? Like, why doesn't he live somewhere nice? I'm like,
don't bring up logic. Stop it.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's where the aliens are. Okay. Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. Maybe it's not I'm not worried. Like, do I expect to ever run into one in my life? No. But am I going to tell somebody who swears they have that they're wrong? No.
Yeah.
So,
which is also kind of what I'm looking for. Someone to say yes. And my mother in the middle of the night haunts me until then I freak out. And
got it. I've never experienced. No, I've yet to run into that.
If you do, shoot me a text.
I will. Make sure you'll be the first person I'll tell.
I can't wait. Yeah. 70 years old. Like, who the fuck is this? Why is this person just...
Jason, it happened. It happened. You were right.
Pinball doesn't exist. We got computers in our head. And what? Okay. What is your favorite, I'm quoting here, maybe real monster to think about or talk about? Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster, Yeti. Do any of these tickle your fancy?
Probably it would be like Bigfoot, and it's solely because my nephew is obsessed with Bigfoot. Like, he loves Bigfoot. He loves the idea of Bigfoot and Yetis and Sasquatch, or what is the Chupacabra or something like
Chupacabra.
Whatever that. He's 7, and he's all into it. So the idea that I also love the idea that there are grown men that are like that go to the woods and listen for it, and they're like, I swear I've seen him, and I think it's hilarious. Yeah. So if there's any chance there's any truth to that, that would be absurd and crazy. But it's also, I think it's the one monster that I think would be the funniest. I don't know why. Just this ape gorilla man. There's no way, but
until it
whatever.
mauls you and just like eats. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Oh, look at, you're just like, look at that funny thing. Oh shit,
it was
killing
real.
me.
I need to tell my nephew. No, okay.
No,
Dead. Ghost.
Dead.
I'll tell him as a ghost. I'll tell him as a ghost.
Joe Bob the ghost.
I'll haunt him.
Your nephew will text me like, "Yeah, I saw this in my uncle's will. Like, who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, weird kid." Okay. I'm tentatively excited to ask you specifically. Out of all 12 people that are tentatively scheduling is fucking crazy, by the way. Of will this happen? You're actually the favorite person I'm going to ask this question to. What is and please pronounce your favorite curse word?
Oh no. What is my favorite curse word? I do not curse much at all. And it's just in my household growing up. I remember I said, I was doing math homework one night. I think it was 5th or 6th grade. And I said out loud, I said, "Man, this sucks." And my mom was so pissed. She was so pissed. I would probably say either bitchin', because my dad will say that. My dad doesn't curse much, but when he gets really fired up and he complains, that's his word when somebody's complaining. And he's like, they're just bitching about this. And it's just like when he gets so fired up, I just think it's funny. Yeah. Or the other thing, and maybe some people don't think it's a curse word, but my father-in-law who passed, one of his favorite things, and it's the way he said it, he'd go, "What the hell?" And he'd say it like that. And it was just it became like a joke in the family.
Like a 2-syllable hell?
Yeah, hail. What the hell? And it's just how he said it. And it just like, we'd hear him say it in the other room, whatever he's doing. And it's almost just became a joke, and we'd like mutter it. But then a good quality like shit. That's always good.
I like a shit with a good accent on a swear word is fun.
Shit.
Yeah, shit.
But I don't know. Right. Those are I feel like I'm I stub my toe. It's just, it's
what happens when you stub your toe? You're like, "Oh shit."
That's it. Yep. Yeah. Oh, what the hell?
Oh heck.
Heck. No, I don't know. It just doesn't. It's just never been a habit of mine. Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. All right. Tell me something, or please, I got to rephrase this. It's like I'm demanding. Would you please tell me something about yourself that you're proud of? It's a tough one for us humble Midwesterns.
This is awful, but it's I like being positive, and it's just to be to know that I have been in, my brother the other night made a joke, and he's like, somebody on stream said something about like Joel being in a bar brawl. And my brother's like, "Joel, have you ever been in a brawl in general, like a brawl?" And I'm like, I'm a larger dude, and I'm somewhat intimidating until you meet me, but I just don't. I would much rather de-escalate the situation, and not a back down thing. It's more of just like, let's come to terms here, or like, let's de-escalate. And I don't know. I like that. I like that. I don't know, would rather, when I see, whether it's in pinball, friends, family, whatever it is, to feel like I have the potential ability to step in and de-escalate and show respect and communicate that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that's a proud thing, but I don't know why I resort to that, but I'm glad I can, because it's, there's just way too much anger, and there's just way too much anger in the world, and you need some people that can calm things down a little bit.
I guess I should have been texting you a couple months ago, and I was just talking about on the podcast. I was angry for a couple months.
I'm all for people being passionate. If you're passionate about something and you get all worked up and you really get fired up about something, that's fine, but just don't take it out on other people. That's really
I agree.
Yeah,
1,000%. All right. Well, we need more like you. For sure. Well, I'm saying that. I know you laugh. Yeah. But it's true. the way you said it, like, de-escalating like a confrontation or fight. It's not a, as you said, like, I'll say it in a different way. It's not like you being a pussy. It's like the first thing you learn, I think, in really good martial arts schools. I grew up in martial arts for like 10 years and I taught it for a while of like, they drill into you basically like the best way to fight is to never fight. The best defense. Like, just don't. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that's what's tough with like online trolling, right? Is you read comments, whether it's on a YouTube video you make or a podcast you release, or on Pinside, somebody comment like saying, I mean, you get, any content creator is going to get negative feedback, and the challenge there is, how do you engage, or is it worth engaging? And if it is, how do you engage in a way where you voice your opinion without them potentially feeling attacked by it? Because if they feel attacked, they're just going to ignore it.
Yeah.
And it's only going to make things worse. And just trying to find that balance is really freaking hard to do that via the keyboard when nobody can see you or hear your tone. And it just, it just comes down to so many people get so offended and mad and angry so quickly on the internet that, sometimes not engaging is the smartest move. But if you're going to, how do you say it in a respectful way, so you don't look like you're backing down or hiding, but yet not making the situation worse? And I'm not perfect at it, but I try.
But at the same time, like the internet does negative things that I've seen you get it experience. I've experienced some pretty nasty emails or responses to Pinball Party stuff of like, part of me also feels bad for how, the people that will say negative things about me, either just directly via email, like, oh, your show sucks because of ABC or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're so disconnected now. The world is flat, or as they say, sociologically, is that the word? Sociologically? Sure. You know what I mean? That it's so easy to be angry, and we're just not socially connected. So I kind of feel bad. Like it's not like these people at their heart, they just want to be loved and have friends too. The people that are mad at you, and it's like, man, so like to your point, like if I ever engage or respond back, of course, initially I want to be like, well, fuck you and all this. You have no idea. in so many words, or maybe words. But at the end of the day, I don't want to make these people feel bad. But yeah.
Well, the last thing you want as a content creator, I mean, some content creators, they do want this, but as us, our content, like, we're just trying to share fun. We're just trying to I love pinball is a blast. Every pinball machine I get to play, I find something about it to enjoy. And that's what I'm trying to share is like, if this is a theme that you love, here's something about the game you may love. That doesn't mean I absolutely love this game or love every game. Everybody takes it as shilling. But even on Triple Drain, Triple Drain honestly is just me, Travis, and Tom having a fun conversation together that we happen to be recording. So if we're going to put time in,
sometimes not Travis recording, I should say.
Oh, true. It's more Tom and I. But for us to share that with the world, we're hoping the laughter or the joy that we shared in that conversation is shared with the listener. And if the last thing we want is a negative feedback, like somebody that gets fired up by that, because it's like, hey, my goal here was not to piss you off, and I'm sorry you are mad.
Yeah.
And we're not going to change our whole podcast, or we're not. Some people think they're too long. Some people think they're too short. Some people think you should shut up about tournament talk. Other people want way more tournament talk. It's like, you can't please everybody. And I would just love it if people realize this is fun for us, and we're just trying to share that with you. And unfortunately, if it's not fun for you, I'm really sorry. That's not the goal.
Yeah. How much you bench?
I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. I cannot tell you the last time I went into a weight room and benched something.
Let's put you down for 400 pounds then. That's impressive.
Easy. Yep. Yeah. I weigh about 240 and I can do push-ups. So
at least 240 then.
At least 240 would be my guess. Yep.
Okay. You're doing great. What do you want for Christmas this year?
What do I want for Christmas this year? The thing I'm most excited about is I'm getting this Spider-Man Lego. It's like a picture that you hang on the wall. It's pretty big. It's also pretty expensive. I think it's well over $100. My mom typically buys my brother and I each a Lego every year, because she's like, you're adults, you can buy yourself whatever you want. But this is something I know you won't buy yourself. So the reason I'm excited about that is my son, 3.5, loves Spider-Man. So this is like a double whammy. I get a Lego that I get to put together for a few hours, and then the fact that I can hang it in his room and he's going to love it, that's
That's
twofer.
awesome.
That's a twofer.
That is a
there. So
twofer.
that's a twofer. So I'm pretty pumped about that. The other thing this is not your question, but I have my brother in Secret Santa, and that's on Saturday. So it will have already happened by the time this is out. My brother is obsessed with Magic the Gathering, obsessed with it. And
I can hang.
he is obsessed with it. And so I actually went to a card shop with him, and he was geeking out. He plays these older style cards, and I paid enough attention
Like
that
vintage or modern?
I got him a card from the series of what got him back into Magic. This was years and years and years ago. So it's an older card signed by the artist.
Can you tell me which one? Or if he listens, will he listen?
It's a Plains card. Would Jared listen? Yeah, but it'll have already happened. So it's
okay. You sure? When are you giving this to him?
Saturday. So 2 days.
Oh, we'll be cutting it close.
It's fine.
Okay.
I doubt he'll jump on it immediately.
All right. What'd you get him?
But no, so it'll so it's signed by the artist, and then I also know his favorite card is Aether Vial.
Yep.
And so there was this person on Etsy where they do these like metal engraved cards.
Oh,
like they're the size of a card, and I got him like this metal engraved Aether Vial card. So it's just one of those like. It's like I crushed it. Like I understand for us pinball people, if people try to buy us stuff for Christmas, we're so into the hobby that if it's something easily or readily available, we either already own it or we probably don't want it.
Yep.
So to get something very niche and very specific to a hobby you're super passionate about is a challenge, and I feel like I nailed it. So I'm like pumped to give them those in Secret Santa.
It sounds like, I think you did the right thing. As someone who played a lot of Magic growing up and Star Wars cards, that's some cool shit.
Yeah.
All right, I have two questions, but one, it's another great Joel question. If you have to think about it, but here's the question. In the spirit of Festivus, this is initially going to be, as you saw in the text, it's going to be a big, long Festivus thing, and then a part of the Festivus is airing a grievance.
Get the poll. Get
the poll and feats of strength. Honestly, here's my idea. When I first started texting you my thoughts with the feats of strength, that was the part that kind of ruined this because I only thought of it for a couple people. With Zach, I was like, all right, for the whole chunk that you're on, feats of strength, it'll be like Jason, have to shill flipping out the whole time.
When I buy my pinball shit, I buy from flipping out. From toppers or play outs, I've got it figured out.
And Zach has to only talk about other distributors and like shill, like coin take another way. And then for you, I was going to be like, I can't swear once. But you have to swear as much as you can to see who's stronger. Yeah, shit. Hail. Anyway, but it switched to something different. So in the spirit of Festivus, I would like you to air a pinball grievance. Either if you need a second to think about it, I'll ask you a different question first. It could be a complaint about a game, a rule, something stupid in pinball, whatever it may be. Do you have one at top of your mind?
My only grievance is obviously this last 2 weeks, everything going on with the Twippies. I see both sides of it. I get it. It's frustrating, when you see stuff. I'm part of TPN. You used to be part of TPN. If people really knew what TPN's all about, it's genuinely just a group of creators that have a Discord and have fun together. Like there's no everybody just assumes there's something happening in the background,
right.
Like that, like Zach is pushing all of us to like, hey guys, I got too many Venoms in stock. Like I need you guys to shill Venoms. And if they buy them, if I see an increase in Venoms, I'm going to give you X amount of money. Like
doesn't happen.
There's no money. And there's nothing, there's no priority. The reality is when either Jason or I submit a podcast, the only reason we're submitting a podcast is because there's only two people that actually have the abilities to upload it. And Zach happens to be one of them. He doesn't even listen to it before he uploads it. He just uploads it. There's no filtering. There's no editing. There's no critiquing like, hey, don't say anything bad about Godfather. It's just, it's really, I like being a part of TPN because it's a fun group of people. Honestly, I don't have to pay to do podcasting because they pay the server fees and all that stuff. And that's it. There's nothing else there. So I don't know. That would be my biggest grievance is there are people online that speak about the good old boys club or negativity or just assume people in media in general are getting kickbacks from like Stern or JJP. Like, no.
No.
I would love to. I would love to get a kickback from any of them, but we don't. Nobody does any of that, and it's just we do this because it's fun, and you don't have to assume it's more than that.
Our official request, Joel and Jason, like, yeah, give us kickbacks, please. That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. Barrels of Fun, super awesome company, and the fact that Zach was able to, he's a distributor, and he was able to get a game from them that I was able to bring home from Chicago Pinball Expo. We have some awesome streams out there. Like, I know we've done well for Barrels of Fun, good publicity, good marketing. The kickback I got from that is they sent me a t-shirt. And I'm super appreciative. Like, I'm happy to have the t-shirt because I'm not doing it for any other reason. I'm doing it because it's a brand new game that I'm excited to play. Had a great time with it on stream with my brother, and happy to help him out. Like, we found a few bugs that they fixed and like that's why I do pinball. I don't do it for. You don't have to assume I do it for. It's not for financial gain. You and I both know how much time and energy this takes. And
I'm insane for doing this 12 days thing. I don't know why I'm doing this.
So there's my grievance. Yep.
A Joel grievance.
Shit. And Ray Day just sucks.
Dude.
Yep.
True. Okay. Last question. What are you looking forward to most in 2024 in the world of pinball?
Well, honestly, I'd probably say Elwyn's next game. That's the only game when I'm looking at the radar. Straight. When I'm looking at the radar of what's coming out, a lot of these themes that have come out recently had been rumored and talked about for a while. I don't really know. I don't really know any other themes that are coming out. I was super impressed with Barrels of Fun with their first game, but I doubt that their next game would be out next year. If not, I'm excited. I was really impressed with Labyrinth. I'm excited to see what's coming out next. But Elwyn's next game, there's no way it's not good. No. So that'll be fun. That'll be really fun to play. But yeah, besides that, I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of rumors that at some point in time, Spike 3 has to come out.
Yeah.
And that's something that it's sad that like the operating system is something I'm excited about, but I'm more just like, what does that mean? What does that mean for future Stern games in potential, whether it's a cabinet, an audio, a video, whatever? Like, what's the potential of all games moving forward that I'm excited about? So probably those things.
Yeah. Jaws. Maybe Jaws, I should say.
Maybe Jaws.
Maybe Jaws and Spike 3. All right, Joel. We are doing this during work hours, as we should be doing. I got a meeting in a little bit. I really appreciate you joining on such short notice. Happy holidays to you and your family. I always appreciate listening to what you're doing, watching what you're making. Keep doing what you're doing, getting all those kickbacks from flipping out with pinball and all that stuff. And I'll enjoy my kickbacks that I get in my fucking mansion. Anyways, thanks again. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
See you, bud. Bye.